Hi, this is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. Welcome to the lesson where I'm going to show you the bass line to Robert Cray's Right Next Door Because of Me. I love this type of groove, and Richard Cousins playing on this track is absolutely amazing. It's so groovy and in the pocket. In my last lesson, number 116, I explained about the groove that's in this bass line, so the 16th note groove. So if you're struggling to play this particular rhythm or to count it, then have a look at that lesson. So that's lesson 116. As usual, there's a PDF that comes with this lesson, so I've written the whole bass line down, the whole transcription on that with standard notation and tab, and you can pick that up by clicking the link below this video in the description. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel here on YouTube by pressing the red subscribe button and click the notification bell. I'm going to get straight down to the bass line, and first of all we're going to look at the intro. Now the intro is also the same as the outro, and if you see any live footage of Right Next Door, you'll see that the band often does an extended version of this outro and fade out gradually. So I'll now play the intro section for you. There's a nice guitar chord, it's actually an E flat 5 that's over this whole intro, and for the bass it's really based around this sort of G minor pattern up to an E flat. So if you start on G with your first finger and we're going up to B flat, so that's G, B flat, G, B flat, and that's just C, D, E flat on the A string. 3, 5, 6. So the second time you play 2 C's. Okay, so it's a 2-bar loop. So make sure you play that accurately, these 16th notes. It's a really tight sort of groove. Then we move on to the verse. Now this has got that classic 16th note groove that I covered in the last video. So this sort of pattern. So the 16th note is actually the 5th or is a 4th below, whatever way you want to look at it. So it's on the same fret but the string below. So it starts on C, so you've got G to C. And when we move to the E flat, got B flat, so 1 and 1. So the chords for the verse are a bar of C minor, a bar of E flat, half a bar of F, half a bar of E flat, and then back to a whole bar of C minor. So really it's just those 3 chords. So C, 3rd fret of the A string, E flat, 1st fret of the D string, and F, 3rd fret of the D string. So we've got this pattern. Okay, so the rhythm changes slightly when you come back to the C. So it's quite interesting actually, in the live versions nowadays, Richard Cousins, he plays a lot more of this kind of rhythm. But the original is like this. So you can really mix them up, and when he plays, if you listen to the original track, these kind of rhythms are mixed in. So I've written all these variations down on the PDF. I've got the whole bass line written out, so you can look at that and see where to play these different variations. But to be honest, when you're playing it through yourself, just put in what feels natural to you, as long as you're sticking to the harmony notes. So C, E flat, F, E flat, C. After the verse, we've got the Because of Me section. That uses the same groove, just on a B flat. So B flat, and then C minor. And that's how long it is the first time, and then after that it's twice as long. Then we've got verse 2 and the Because of Me section, and then we move on to the chorus. So I'll look at the chorus now. Now the chorus runs through A flat for a bar, B flat for a bar, and C minor for 2 bars, and just repeats that. And we've got a really nice feel in there as well. So when we go back into the A flat, that's a fill into the second time in the A flat. You push into the A flat. Now I dealt with that in the last video, 116, but a push is where you play just before the beat. So we've got this nice feel. And then we push into the A flat and hold it on. Now another thing about playing the chorus, when we played the verse before, there were nice short notes. Play longer notes in the chorus, so it makes a real change to the groove. So the verse and the chorus. So we've got this pattern on the chorus, A flat, and then B flat, but we play the F before, and then C, but we play the G before. And then the run, we don't have to shift. We just shift when we go to the A flat, but B flat, C, E flat, C, B flat, C, B flat, A flat. Now I use 1 and 4 for all of that instead of 1 and 3. I find that just a bit more of a stretch, but see what you prefer. And then we're back on the A flat again. But we only play the fill every second time in the chorus. So from the start of the chorus, etc, etc. So that's the chorus. And then the bridge, we've just got root notes. So we've got E flat for a bar, C for a bar, B flat, A flat, G, and that rhythm on the end. So the whole bridge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then we've got the guitar solo, which uses the same chords as the chorus. We just don't put that fill in. So we've got A flat, B flat, C, C, A flat, and just round and round for the guitar solo. Then you've got that intro groove again. And then verse 3, then the Because of Me section, and then a chorus into the second guitar solo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the second half of that chorus after the third verse into the second guitar solo, and have a listen to that now. And then to end the song, we've got again this intro riff. So I'm going to put these backing tracks at the end of this video now, so you get a chance to play along with them, and I'll take the bass out, so there won't be any bass line there, so you can just use it to practice these different sections. So you have the second verse into the Because of Me section and the chorus as the first section of the backing track. And then the second section, you're going to have what I just played you. You're going to have the half of the last chorus into the guitar solo, a sort of extended guitar solo. And then the third section, you're just going to have this ending riff. Okay, so it's really good. You can use a PDF and play along to those backing tracks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Along with the PDF, you've now got everything you need to be able to play this bass line. And I hope you enjoy playing it as much as me. I love this type of bass line. It's got a lot of space and a lot of feel and groove to it, but you really have to nail it. It's quite a simple bass line in a way, but you've got to get it right and you've got to get it played accurately and with good feel. If you did enjoy it, can you please like and share this video? Leave a comment below, let me know how you got on with it, if you like the bass line. And also remember to subscribe by pressing the red subscribe button and to click the notification bell. And you might want to head over to my website, gbshed.com. I've got a load more bass resources over there. I've got a great free giveaway on my homepage, lots more videos, some books and some video courses. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. I hope to see you in the next video very soon.